Hey guys, welcome to the Avapor channel. My name is Andy, and today we're going to be doing a 1-year review on my car. I bought this, my Audi A6 2.0T, and after 12 months of daily use, being out on the road, having some unexpected surprises happen, daily driving it, pushing it to its limits, I think it's time for a full review. So, before we get started into that, be sure to like and subscribe so you can keep on following my journey and stay updated whenever I drop a video. I got a lot more content coming soon. If you would like to join our community with HVM members such as myself and other people alike, then just feel free to go in the description and you can check us out. Now let's get straight into the review. Even though the design is almost a decade old, which is pretty crazy, it's 9 years old at this point, the design honestly still holds up pretty well. I'd say it's even timeless, to be honest. Audi's sporty trims and lines, their aggressive grille, and the LEDs that we got on this car make it look way more expensive than it is too. It really is a timeless look, and I still catch myself admiring the car every single time I walk up to it. Everything in this car is classic Audi. What do I mean when I say that? I mean it's minimalist. Car is classic Audi. What do I mean when I say that? I mean it's minimalist, it's premium, and it feels luxurious as hell. And this isn't even a prestige. It's a premium plus, you know? So it's pretty sick. The materials are very top notch. It has a real wood trim. It has leather seats. And everything just has this soft touch to it, you know what I mean? The seats are super comfortable, especially for longer drives. It definitely helps out. You're very comfy. The MMI system is amazing. Like having the control center right here where you're able to look at everything and just be able to easily reach and, you know, maneuver around everything is amazing. Honestly, my only complaint is that there isn't enough space to put your things in sometimes, you know, like if you want to put like a cologne or something in here, you have space, but it's pretty limited. But then again, I can't blame them because, you know, it's not like it's an SUV or anything like that, so, you know, we can't be expecting too much. Under the hood, we got a 2.0 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder pushing out 230 horsepower with 273 pound-feet of torque. It's not a rocket, but it's got plenty of power, especially for daily driving, you know what I mean? It has an 8-speed automatic transmission and is very smooth, like I mentioned earlier. When you put it into sport mode, it really wakes up, man. You can feel the turbo kick in. But the best part, it has this perfect balance between power and efficiency. That's how I see it. It gets 27 miles to the gallon. On average, at least. Depending on how you drive it, of course, it's going to change, but it gets about 27 miles to the gallon, which is pretty freaking good. Pretty freaking good. Handling wise, Audi's Quattro system is amazing. I love Quattro, honestly, man. It's kept me safe in a lot of situations I've been in, which really is surprising because I've had the car for a year, but it really has saved me, honestly. The Quattro system is just amazing. It makes you go faster, it keeps you more stabilized, and it keeps you planted in all conditions. The steering is precise, and it's not an S6 by all means, but it's still an amazing car to drive, especially, you know, if you're still like barely getting into an Audi or, you know, it's your first time. It's definitely an amazing car in that aspect. All right, now let's talk reliability. Over the past year, I have had to deal with a few issues, like my car broke down one time, I'd say 2 months after I bought it, and then it has some oil issues. Other than that though, I've had no issues with the car, just that incident and then, you know, that minor issue. Common issues with this model do include timing chain tensioner concerns, a lot of oil consumption, like I mentioned, and sometimes even a few quirks with the transmission. Overall though, has it been reliable? Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. For the most part, I say it has been, but it has had an oil problem. Now, with this oil problem, really every single car is different, but specifically for this oil problem, I will tell you this is not just with Audi, just in general with German cars, this is kind of how it is. They usually chug oil a little faster, which kind of sucks, but you know, that's kind of what you sign up for. But this one specifically does have a bit more of an issue, because depending on how you run it, it does use up more oil. So like, for example, if I'm pushing it more like 1 week, then you know, during that week I might literally use up all my oil in like a week and a half, sometimes even a week. But usually it's not a week unless you're pushing it super hard, you know what I mean? But if you're pushing it a bit more, then yeah, oil might last you like 2 weeks or something like that. And if you're more conservative, and you know, you drive a bit slower, you know, and you let the car pick up by itself, then you know, I'd say oil should last you about a month, maybe a bit longer, which is still a little crazy, you know, how you have to keep on refilling it. But you know, it's definitely going somewhere, because me and my dad have like personally checked the car out and done a lot of things to it, like literally took everything apart, and we couldn't find where the oil was going, because we looked for any drip or like anything, but we couldn't find anything. So we're not exactly sure where the oil's going, but it's going somewhere. But at least it's not dripping, so that's what we do know. My guess personally is that whenever I push the car more, the engine throws more of that oil onto there, like, you know, to keep the engine lubricated. So I'm thinking it's possible that, you know, when I like put the car into like, you know, overdrive, basically like push it, then maybe it like spews out a lot of oil and it uses a lot of it, more than it should have to. I think, I'm not sure though, it's just a theory. But yeah, other than that though, like, it's been pretty smooth. And like I mentioned, the car has broken down on me once, which I personally don't have an issue with the car itself, because the last owner before me treated the car well, so that's why it broke down on me 2 months in, which we didn't even realize, you know, until it broke down, that it had that like underlying issue to it. But yeah, I was coming back from work, I was on the freeway, I was literally cruising, I wasn't even going that fast, and all of a sudden my EPC light turns on. So I'm like, oh crap, like what's going on? So, you know, I come back home and, you know, boom, I end up finding out that something's up with the engine. And yeah, I had to get it fixed, and it was a pain in the butt, you know. I took it to Audi, and they tried charging me like, I think 4,000 or 6,000, or no, I think it was like 6,000 or 7,000 to repair it. And I paid about, give or take, 13,000 for the car. So we did not want to pay that. That's like half of the car, and I didn't even have the money. You know, I spent most of my savings on this, so I was like, crap, I couldn't do that. So we were like, no, we're not paying that, and we got it fixed up ourselves, which took a little longer, but we got it fixed up. But yeah, the last owner, like I said, didn't take care of it as much, and that's why that issue happened. So it was kind of like a ticking time bomb. It was gonna happen eventually. But yeah, honestly, if you treat these cars bad, then they're gonna treat you bad. You're gonna have a very bad day. This ain't no fucking Toyota, I'm gonna tell you that. But if you take care of them, I feel like they're reliable cars, and they're very smooth, you know. So yeah, just keep that in mind. All right, so let's talk a little bit about ownership things. So owning a luxury car, you know, even if you get it for a little cheaper like I did, isn't exactly cheap. So let's break it down a little bit. So regular maintenance like oil changes and brakes do cost more money. Of course, it depends where you go to. Like if you go to Audi specifically, then yeah, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money. Literally like 200 maybe for an oil change, which is crazy. That's crazy. Sometimes even 300. So yeah, that I don't want to do that. And for brakes, I think they'll charge you even more. So yeah, I say my best advice is just learn how to do it yourself, DIY it. Oil change really isn't that hard. It's not. Just look it up, and maybe one of these days I might even make a video if y'all are interested to show y'all how it's done. But yeah, it's not that hard. Same thing with brake changes. It's not too bad either. It is a bit more complicated, I will tell you, but if you do your YouTube research, you can kind of figure it out. But if you don't want to deal with all that, then literally just take it to a trusted mechanic you have, and he should be able to take care of it. Like, yeah, you might still have to pay him like $100 or something like that, but compared to like what Audi will charge you, it's not too bad. But yeah, stuff like that is more expensive. Or if something breaks in the car and you have to buy the part, then that is a bit more expensive. I'm gonna be honest with you, that is a little bit more expensive. But like I said, having great maintenance is key. So like I said, if you're treating the car well, you shouldn't have any problems. Just make sure when you're getting the car, especially if it's used, which it probably will be used for you, make sure that you check like what's going on with the car, its past history, the record it has, the miles and everything. Make sure that it's been taken care of. And if you know that it hasn't been taken care of, then just be careful, because anything could happen. It's free game at that point, but just go into that knowing that you're gonna have issues later on, that it's possible things can happen if you don't fix it right, because the car might be running right now, but you never know what might happen a few months down the line. You know what I mean? That's what happened to me, because I didn't do enough research to tell and see signs of certain things. And yeah, I mean, really it's not too bad. Just get yourself a little bit of research in. Alright, now let's give a little final verdict. Alright, after 1 year, do I regret buying my Audi A6? Honestly, hell no. Yes, I have had issues, and I almost cried when it broke down on me, or I did cry. But I still love this car. It's amazing. It's literally, for me, it's the perfect balance of luxury and performance. Like, I just love the car because it can cruise while also still being comfortable. It's not too sporty. Although, me personally, I do like sporty cars. I would prefer something sportier. For a first car, that I was able to save up and get, this is still amazing. You get comfort and a little bit of performance on the side too. It's sick. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's amazing. If you're looking for a stylish, comfortable, fun to drive luxury sedan, because you could get something a little lower, like an A4 or something like that. They still have pretty good power. If this is A6, it's just like a bit bigger, so if you want to fit more people, it's a little more fancy too, not by much, but just a little bit. But yeah, if you're looking for something nice that won't completely break the bank, then I would definitely say that the A6 is a solid choice, even in 2025. Like I said, you're probably gonna get a used one. Just make sure you do your research and check all the little kinks with the car before you buy it. But I feel like you can most definitely buy a used A6 and you'll serve it well, honestly. Alright guys, well, if you found this review helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Audi A6? Would you buy one? Let's talk about it. Anyways, I have a lot more content coming up in the horizon, so just y'all stay tuned. If you have any ideas for anything you want me to post, just leave it in the comments down below. And like I said, if you want to join our community and get to know me better, then just go down in the description, and we have our Discord right there, the HVN network. Alright, well, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, guys. Stay vaporous.